Hi everyone, welcome to P-Bolic Notes. My name is Michael Kirkjian and welcome to my channel. Today is the first day of month of the May, and it's exciting to start a new month, obviously. I'd like to do a quick look this month for beginning of May to see what to expect with Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Obviously, everything I'm sharing with you is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you my personal knowledge. Please do your own research and double check with your own financial advisors before doing anything in this cryptocurrency space. I will share with you my computer screen and show you what I'm looking at right now. So currently, the environment that we're in is we're still in a kind of a bit of a bearish environment, obviously, with what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, with the war, obviously with the interest rates also having been really gone up tremendously. And I'll show you that because that's a very important item to look at, because traditionally when interest rates go higher, it's bearish for the risk on assets, meaning that the investment world kind of likes staying away from riskier assets such as the growth stocks, the Nasdaq stocks, and so forth, thinking that higher interest rates will have an implication on these companies to be able to borrow. But really, I mean, if you look at this a different way, I mean, when interest rates are very low, it also means that the economy isn't that great. Hence, the U.S. Federal Reserve and the world central banks are keeping rates low to kind of encourage people to spend money and to invest in the economy. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation where no one really knows exactly what the real answer is. But if I look at the real data of where things are right now, currently the 10-year Treasuries in the U.S. In October of 2021, they were hovering at 1.38%, and today they are almost at 3%. So obviously this has been very catastrophic for all risk-on assets. So this parabolic rally up has not been great. At the same time, also we've seen, if we look at what's going on, let's say with the stock markets. This is the S&P 500. So what's happened basically, if we go to October 2000, and this is the weekly chart of the S&P 500. And if we go to look at what happened basically to the S&P as of October, it was at 4,386 points in September. And then in October, it was at approximately something in the range of 4,300. Then it went up all the way up to in January of 2022. So earlier this year, it was at 4,738 points. And now it's down to 4,131. So that's a massive drop for the S&P. And if you look at where it's going, it looks like we're getting very close to the 100-week moving average. So meaning that if we break this 100-week moving average, then there's a potential for it to go even lower. So that's why we're at a very important point for the S&P. And the reason why I like looking at the S&P is because the S&P is really its coefficient of correlation with the Nasdaq. It's all right now. It's almost at 100%. It's at 0.92. So meaning that if it gets to 1, it will be 100%. At 0.92 means that whatever the S&P does and what the Nasdaq do, it's pretty much mirror images of their behavior or direction that they're moving. And if we look at what the Nasdaq is doing right now, we see that it's definitely a very bearish environment. This is the Nasdaq weekly chart. So we see that what's going on here basically is that it broke this resistance over here. And right now it's at 12,331 points. And if the Nasdaq breaks this resistance here, if Nasdaq breaks this support line here, then what's going to happen is that we're going to be seeing it basically potentially go down quite a bit, down to 10,531 points potentially. Obviously, there's not financial advice. We're just really guesstimating based on this support and resistance lines. Now, where does this have an impact on our cryptocurrency space? So if we look at what this is doing, obviously, again, at the same time, Nasdaq in November had an all-time high at 16,000 points. And right now we've dropped quite a bit at over 20%. So from 16,000 down to 12,334, that really is over 20%. So, i.e., we're at definitely in a bear market for Nasdaq. And if we do this correlation, we can double check and see what this does with Bitcoin. Bitcoin and the Nasdaq, if you look at the coefficient of correlation between these two, we're going to see that again it's pretty high. So I'll show it to you over here. I'm going with the Nasdaq Composite. So we see that Bitcoin and the Nasdaq Composite right now, their coefficient correlation is definitely above 80%. So what that means is that the behavior of Nasdaq being this bearish is going to be very negative for Bitcoin as well, because investors right now, they're putting both these assets in kind of the same asset class, even though they're completely different vehicles. They're still being put in the same risk-on asset class. So if you look at what Bitcoin has done really since October, November, it looks like it's gone down from 65,000 US dollars. Now it's down to around 38,000. And definitely we're in a bearish market territory right now. So because we're below this 20-week SMA and 21-week EMA, so that obviously is not great for Bitcoin because it's basically at a range which is going to be bearish for Bitcoin, and it also has a negative impact on altcoins as well. And why does that have such an impact on altcoins? Is because if you look at the total cryptocurrency space, which is right now ranging in the range of approximately 1.7 trillion, the Bitcoin dominance from this total cryptocurrency space right now is still running at really today we're at over 42%. So meaning that the entire cryptocurrency space of this volume of total market cap of 1.7 trillion, 42% of it is Bitcoin. So hence, whatever Bitcoin does is going to have a significant impact on the entire ecosystem, more specifically, of course, the altcoins. So if you look at the way I'm seeing this right now is that even though if we look at this, someone can say technically, well, listen, you know what? In January, it was Bitcoin was it hit basically a lower low of around $38,000 US. Then from February onwards, all the way up to March 14th, it was at the range of a higher basically low, meaning that it's the next low was at a higher point. And then today, it looks like on this chart, it's still showing us a higher low as well. But if I look at, since there's this massive correlation of really over 80, if you look at the exact number, it's something in range of around 80%, right? I mean, the exact number looks like to be something in range of 0.77, 0.79 really, with the Nasdaq and Bitcoin. What that means is that if I bring over that chart that we had earlier, which was the Nasdaq chart right over here. Let me just open this up. This is the S&P, and here's the U.S. Treasuries. Put this away. This is the dollar index. We don't need that for now. I'm going to be looking at. I will put this one away as well. And let me just open up the window, which was the Nasdaq chart, so that we can look at that together. Right over here. Okay. So if you look at what's going on with Nasdaq's definitely in a bear market territory. And if you look at these the candles, if I put this with the Heikin-Ashi candles, we definitely see that we're seeing a whole bunch of reds here. So meaning that it's definitely a negative trend, definitely very bearish, and it's here getting very close to this very important support line. And if it breaks that, it's going to be definitely a very negative mark. And last time this happened to the Nasdaq, if you look at March 2020, this is when the pandemic had started. Nasdaq had gone down to all the way down to the 200-week moving average. So obviously, we hope it doesn't do that this time, because that would be such a big drop from where we're at today. But seeing this, and if I bring this back to where Bitcoin is at right now, let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. Here we go. So then we see that basically there's a very high possibility that Bitcoin may stay in this range of pricing, or may even go a bit lower as well. So that's why I would definitely be very cautious in the entire cryptocurrency space right now. Actually, in the entire stock market as a whole. and whatever we're investing in right now, we should really be long-term investments, knowing fully well that in next short little while we may still be seeing a bearish market, and our investments may still be going negative compared to the points that we are at right now. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, please share them with me. And thanks so much for watching, and looking forward to the next video vlog. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.